Verse 35, and then it happened as he was coming near Jericho that a certain blind man sat by the road begging. However, if you flip over to Matthew, you're going to have a little bit of a problem because Matthew chapter 20, verse 29 says, now as they went out of Jericho, and a great multitude was following him, there was a blind man by the road. And Mark actually concurs with Matthew. So did he heal the guy when he was coming or when he was going? Which one was it? Because there's a bit of a difference between entering a town and leaving a town, yeah? Okay, so there appears to be some kind of contradiction. One of the problems we run into with supposed contradictions in our Bible is the fact that we're reading in modern English something that was written in a different language 2,000 years ago. And so there's certain devices of the way things would write and the way they would say things that aren't quite the way we would say it, so we may miss some subtlety in there. Here are some resolutions that have been offered. First, some people will say, well, these are different events. If you look, there's enough details that are maybe just different enough. Maybe these are different blind guys. Apparently, I've heard someone say that Jericho actually had this plant that grew in that region that was known or believed to have healing medicinal properties for illnesses and things that affected sight. So if that was the case, then there's probably lots of blind people in Jericho because they were coming for that treatment, hoping to get well. So some people say it was different events, different people. He healed someone coming in, he healed someone going out, no big deal. That one, possible. I don't tend to favor that, but that's definitely possible. There is the fact that we actually have two cities named Jericho that are about a mile apart. You have the old city that was destroyed by Joshua, remember? Marching around, blow your trumpet, walls fall down. Now, the city was gone, but people still kind of lived right there around it. There was kind of, a little bit of a community around it. But King Herod, had rebuilt a new Jericho just a bit down the road. And so the city of Jericho, it could have referred. Maybe he was leaving the one, but going to the other. And it was kind of the in-between. I guess that's possible. That's certainly an option. There's the other option that the guy followed him through town. Right? Because it says that as the crowd was going by, so Jesus had already passed. He was already down the road, and the guy was saying, hey, what's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on. And then he started crying out, hey, 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 and everybody was trying to shush him. So maybe he was following Jesus through town. He started at the beginning of the town, and then it was at the end of the town that he finally caught up to Jesus and got healed. If that's an option, makes sense of it, especially if, maybe Jesus actually spent some time in town. And so the guy was like, well, you know what? I missed him coming in. I'll catch him going out, right? There's different ways that you can make sense of this. And the gospel authors are writing a very abbreviated, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. And so there's a lot of details they leave out. But nothing in here necessitates there being a contradiction. The fact that there are multiple possibilities that could have happened, there's no reason why the contradiction must be the one you accept. No, there's other reasonable ways that we can understand what was written.